and welcome to Holly's Racing Fantasy. This is your hotspot for weekly NASCAR Cup Series race recaps, latest news, and of course, fantasy picks for the upcoming race. And now, here's your host and the voice of Holly's Racing Fantasy.
Oh, I'm a dork. I'm such a dork.
Are a dork.
I never realized when it's going to start recording me, on the intro. So
And then you look over and all of a sudden you're there.
I'm like picking at my shirt. I'm like,
I was like picking my nose. I'm like, man, I got anything? And I'm like, oh man.
Oh man, I'm picking my nose, man.
I was picking my nose, man.
I know.
What's going on here, man? Picking my nose.
Something in my teeth. I know, right?
I know. Hey.
I know.
What are you gonna do, man?
What are you gonna do, Cooter?
Hey, I don't know.
I don't know. I bet our fans miss Cooter Mouse.
I bet they do. Cooter Mouse Jr.
Remember, he used to go, "Hey, woman."
Hey, woman.
People used to go.
I need that $1 now.
That's right.
Martinsville hot dog, man.
That's right, Martinsville hot dog.
No, we have to bring him back somehow.
We will. We're gonna.
Yeah.
Maybe he needs to take over the track facts for you.
Yeah. That'd be pretty funny, actually.
That would be funny. Cooter could tell you all about the track.
Yeah. Well, who won the race?
That's what I was just going to say. I was just opening my mouth.
Who won it? I don't even know. I didn't even watch it.
You're so funny. You know who won.
I know
my
who won.
brilliantest pick.
He did. Let's bring him up.
Shane Van Gisbergen. Also known as SVG.
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 Won't let me be.
Don't let...
What's that? What's that?
This Timberlake, right?
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake?
No, I don't.
No, it's Eminem.
Eminem.
Sorry.
All right, man. There you go.
Big difference.
Big difference.
But,
yeah.
I like them both.
Yeah.
So you got the picture of the race winner up there?
Yeah, I had him up there.
I know. God bless him. We'll talk a little bit about his day.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. But first.
Ryan, buy me a coffee.
Yeah.
Buy me a coffee.
on.
Buy a magnet. $10 free
on.
shipping. I mail it right to you.
Right to you.
It goes on your fridge.
Yeah.
Or your picture frame.
Yeah.
Or your car. Or your kegerator.
Yeah.
Or your camper.
Or your forehead.
Or your forehead.
Or your rear end.
You can put it on your rear end.
You could.
I'm sure.
Why couldn't you?
I could fit it on mine.
Oh, I put it on mine.
Oh, stop, skinny mini.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear it. Nobody likes to hear the skinny
No one
people.
wants to hear the skinny guy go,
Right.
oh, I'm so fat.
Right. Nobody wants to hear that. Those of us.
That's why those people are like still alive.
Which ones?
The ones who used to say that. Like the skinny people, like you'd run into them, they'd be like, oh,
I've gained so.
I've gained so much weight.
I
And
know,
like they gained 2 pounds and you're like,
And you're like, oh my gosh, you're a size 2 now as opposed to a size 0.
exactly.
And then you wanna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a Family Guy episode when Elmer Fudd breaks Bugs Bunny's neck?
Oh yes.
Remember that?
Yes, but that's terrible.
That's horrible.
You're well, the things you think of.
That's my sense of humor.
It really is
I'm
your
terrible.
sense of humor.
I know.
So,
But anyways.
okay, so before I run down the results, let me
Yes.
mention that I had 2 brilliants.
Yes.
My first brilliant was SVG, and he came in first.
Yep.
My second brilliant was Christopher Bell,
Yeah.
and he came in second.
He did.
And my honorable mention, Chase Elliott, came in third.
Yeah.
And other than that, like everybody else, like fell off the map, man.
Yeah.
But I will say, Daniel Suarez won the Xfinity.
He did. We watched it.
It was beautiful.
It was awesome.
It was absolutely wonderful.
I almost cried.
Yeah,
And I don't cry.
Never.
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 No.
Yeah, no.
I could be at a funeral of 20 babies and I'll just be like,
You're like, oh, it's too bad. That's so sad.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
So it was no, but
that's
yeah,
awful.
he's very unemotional in that way.
Yeah.
So SVG, Christopher Bell, Chase Elliott. So Bowman was 4th,
Mm-hmm.
and I had toyed with Bowman, but the way he's been running.
Yeah.
McDowell 5th, John Hunter Nemechek was 6th, go figure.
Yeah.
Briscoe 7th, Cole Custer was 8th, William Byron was 9th, and Chris Boucher was 10th.
Bushman. He was supposed to have a little bit of a better day, but hey, he came in 10th.
Right? I know, I was
But
surprised.
he was struggling here and there throughout that race.
Yeah, I know.
Well, a lot of people were, but
Oh my gosh, everybody was.
tough race.
Tough race.
Yeah.
But I don't know how many of you watched it, but SVG was sick.
Yeah.
Like
I felt so bad for the guy.
I felt so bad for him too. Me and
Yeah.
my mom were like praying for him before the race because that's
Yeah.
the kind of stuff we do. But he got through. I mean, obviously they gave him some medicine before he got in the car, but he was pretty sick before that because he told interviewers he was leaking out of both ends. I know, right? And then he was supposed to be on the pre-race show, but he was he was hugging the big white telephone.
That's awesome.
I know.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, God bless him. But, we said that, remember?
Yeah,
We said, what if someone gets sick down there?
Have you ever had problems
What if
on
they
both
drink
ends? Have you ever had that problem?
Ew, I don't want to think about it.
Oh,
Yeah, well,
brutal.
yeah.
Can you imagine now getting in a race car doing that? These guys are superheroes, man.
I can't imagine getting into a race car just like feeling nauseous.
Yeah. I can't imagine getting off the John into the bed.
Exactly.
Not long going out and
I know.
driving how many laps?
Are, what stamina?
Yeah.
Honest to God.
Absolutely.
But I gotta say, it was the fans there. Between the Xfinity, watching the Xfinity and watching the Cup, they loved it.
They loved it.
They were great.
Excited,
crowd.
cheering.
Oh my! Cheering for everybody.
It was really cool.
And I was a little nervous when SVG won the Cup race because I thought, well, Daniel Suarez didn't win. I wonder if they're going to throw tomatoes at him. I didn't know how they would, how they would react, but they were just as excited.
They were just as excited.
Yeah.
Come on.
So that's very cool.
Yeah.
Everyone was welcomed and treated with love. That's what everybody has said.
Yeah.
And Bubba Wallace posted on X, it was effing awesome racing in Mexico and feeling all that love.
Yeah.
Thanks to all the new fans.
Isn't that something?
And I think I know they had some trouble with travel.
Yeah, there were some issues going on there. I don't know all the details.
I don't know all the deets either. I didn't really look into it too much. But but they worked it all out.
Yeah.
They worked it all out and everybody came back and the haulers all left, together to come back to the States.
Yeah.
God bless everybody.
What a team effort.
What a team.
Can you imagine what it would really take to put that race on? I mean, just coordinating it and customs and all of that. I mean, just good job by even the upper, the people we don't usually like.
It's true.
Like when they showed the president and things, I was like booing.
I know you're like boo.
I'm like boo.
Boo. Yeah.
That's because of the charter deals going on.
Yeah, because every president has to be booed.
They do.
Whether it's Goodell. I'm like, whether it's Paul Tagliabue. Yeah, okay, that was 50 years ago.
Yeah, okay.
Why would I even say that?
Yeah, that's close.
Yeah, Goodell, thank you. Or whether it's whoever Major League Baseball is there.
Yeah, who is it? Oh God, don't put me on the spot.
Don't put you on the spot.
Oh God, I can't remember anything. I can't remember what I'm drinking, and I have it in my hand. I'm like,
welcome to 50.
It's not coffee, but
welcome to 50.
It's blackberry ginger ale.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I'm drinking. I just took a sip of it, thinking I'd be all smooth while you're like, no.
Yeah, and then you put a boom, and it boomed.
And then you stop
on the microphone.
It did. It went. Boop. It was like one of those Coca-Cola commercials that they show on the thing.
We're gonna make you thirsty.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That would be funny as heck. Now, do we want to talk about the elephant in the room?
Oh, I think we do.
So,
well, do we want to talk about it first, or do we want to show my clip?
What do you want to do? Let's talk about it first.
Let's talk about it first.
Because we need the setup.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? We need the setup.
Yeah, do the setup. You're right. Go for it.
Okay, so as you may or may not have known,
I'm sure you do.
Hocevar and Stenhouse got into it again.
Again.
And I should say Hocevar got into Stenhouse again.
Yeah.
Although technically, I would say that this could have, it's like the boy who cried wolf. This is what I said. I mean, because this probably would be a legit thing.
Yeah.
You're on a new road course you've never been on before. It was it was raining.
Yep.
So if you get into somebody, maybe they could give you a little grace for that. But because Hocevar has gotten into somebody's many times, including Ricky Stenhouse Jr., there was just that's like the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, it's on.
He was not having it.
And they were even calling that in the booth. They were like, uh-oh.
Yes, they were.
Dale was like, uh-oh,
yes.
this is not good because...
Right. So let me give you the lead in for this too. So I found the audio clip. They have the audio clip on NASCAR that has what you could hear what Stenhouse is saying to Hocevar. Yeah. Hocevar is not that clear.
Well, because he's got his helmet on. So he's like, and he's
like, right. So get this. So I forwarded to John. Yeah. And NASCAR needs to hire John.
Yeah.
Because John cleaned up the audio.
Yep.
So that you could actually understand what
Stenhouse is saying.
What he's saying. Yeah. So you want to play it?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's play it.
Let's go for it. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Okay.
Beat your ass. You're a lap down. You got nothing to do. Why are you going right into me? Second time. I don't give it to him. I don't give it to him. I will be trash. I will get back in the stick.
He's going to beat his ass when they get back to the States.
Yes.
You think he's going to beat him up at Pocono?
I don't know.
Do you think he'll physically beat him up or you think he'll just like wreck him?
We're talking about a guy who punched Kyle Busch in the face.
Stenhouse did?
Yes. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know
pretty
NASCAR doesn't
rough.
like to promote that, but yet they're obviously writing the story because it's obviously good publicity.
It is.
But I don't know.
It
could.
Yeah.
It
They'll probably just do that pushing thing. You push back and forth and slap each other. I don't know.
No.
Or maybe he'll bring it to the track.
Or he might bring it on the track.
If he's got the
I don't
opportunity.
know. If the opportunity's there. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Either way.
Yeah.
It definitely is
Yeah.
going to be interesting.
Yeah. I'm going to put that as a separate clip on the on our page.
Yes.
So
Put it as a separate
if you want
clip.
to listen to it again.
Yeah, because it might sound a little better.
Yeah.
In my ears, it didn't sound as clear as it sounds when I listen to it on your computer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
look for the clip.
Look for the clip. And, I'm going to make a drop out of that beat your ass.
That is a great idea.
That's a great drop. And that's going to be on the show.
That is a
I'll
great
have that
drop.
next week.
Okay. So here's the next. Speaking of Hocevar.
Yep.
Waiting,
gets worse.
Waiting for your Hocevar.
Oh, no. Did I say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Carson Hocevar has been handed a $50,000 fine by his team, Spire Motorsports, after he made an inappropriate comment about Mexico on a live stream.
Yeah.
He was on a Twitch live stream and he called Mexico City a shithole.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
So they took action first, gave him the fine, and he has to undergo mandatory cultural sensitivity and bias awareness training.
Couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
Yes, after a thorough review and consultation with NASCAR, that's what they're doing. And his $50,000 fine will be donated in equal portions to 3 organizations in Mexico.
Nice.
Yes, the Mexican Red Cross, and then a nonprofit that combats childhood malnutrition.
Ooh.
I know.
I like that.
And then the United Way Mexico.
Nice.
So
Well,
good.
He's slowly. I tried to like him.
Oh, John.
No, I'm serious. He was like, oh, he's a new guy, and then all these little things week to week, and now I'm sure of it. I hate him.
No, you don't hate him.
I think he's up.
No,
And,
you just don't like him.
I don't like him. Well, you could. What's the same thing? I hate him and I don't like him.
Right.
Or he's a.
There's a difference. But he'll come around. He'll come around. I think there's still hope in there somewhere. I don't think that he's intentionally a beep.
Yeah, but he acts like a hole, right? I mean, he's totally like he doesn't like they said like the week ago. He didn't get on. Well, I didn't see the footage, and we've had this discussion. I mean, but it's like
he's
you got to start using
needs to
honey,
take
man. What's it they say?
responsibility.
You can catch more
You can catch more flies with honey than with vinegar.
than with vinegar.
Now, weren't you telling me a story about
Here's a story
Ryan Blaney?
about Ryan Blaney.
About Ryan Blaney's, was it Ryan Blaney's dad
Yeah.
who taught him not to race that way?
Yeah, absolutely. Like he said, like if it was even just an accident,
Yes.
his dad would rip him a new one
Yes.
after the race.
Yep.
And he just knew you don't do that. And even if it wasn't his fault, it was like, well, Dad, I went to my steering wheel or something. Yeah, it was Ryan Blaney.
Yep.
And he said his dad just constantly, and that's just the way he was raised.
Right.
So
About being
that's
a
how
respectful driver.
being a respectful driver.
Yeah.
And
It's different. It's a different generation.
I think, and he's young, so he's probably that
is
generation that thinks they can.
young,
Hey, this is how I
yes.
feel, so I'm going to say it.
Yes.
But yet you're also part of the cancel generation, dude. So think about what you're saying.
It's a mixed bag out there.
It's a mixed bag.
It really is.
Mixed bag of nuts.
So we'll see what happens. I think it'll be, I don't know. I think he'll come around all right. But
Yeah, well, we'll see.
what I think
We'll see.
what I think is still funny is the headlines.
Yeah.
Because that whole thing I told you about Bubba and the stuff he said about Mexico,
Uh-huh.
that was under a headline of Bubba Wallace makes a bold statement about NASCAR Mexico
You won't
race.
believe it. Tonight on CBS, Bubba Wallace, Chris Christopherson. Really?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I these gimmicky
Yeah,
headlines.
It is what it is, right?
Okay, right. It is. So I think.
Oh, where are we now?
Do we go into a little? Okay. Well, I'm gonna move into NASCAR news.
Yeah,
I
why don't
think.
you get some news here? Let's
Okay.
go.
All right. Okay. Are we gonna talk about the? No, we're gonna talk about that at the before weather. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Denny Hamlin's baby was born on June 11th.
Yay.
Which I did not even connect that until we have, well, I'll say it now. We have a podcast listener. I'm not sure what stream she listens to, Spotify, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But she comments on our podcast, which is awesome. And her name is Lori. And she, talk about those notifications. She mentioned that. She said, isn't that funny? The number 11 had the baby on the 11th.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
didn't even think of that.
That's amazing.
It is. So
Yeah.
he was 8 pounds, 4 ounces and 22 3/4 of an inch.
Big boy. He was in there quite a while.
He was.
He's
He
baking
was
in the
cooking.
oven.
Yeah. He was.
Yeah.
And his name is Jamison Drew Hamlin.
Nice.
Yes.
That sounds like a future Hall of Famer.
So I wonder if they'll call him JD.
JD Hamlin.
Right. But wasn't that, I got to look that up.
Okay.
I know that other people are going to know this, but wasn't that, wasn't that someone died?
Who?
That remember he drives sometimes.
Oh. Shit. Don't throw that on the, hey, watch your language.
Oh, shoot.
Language?
That is not cool.
Now that's not cool.
Was it a Gibbs?
Yeah, it was somebody.
Yes,
yeah.
it was JD Gibbs.
JD Gibbs.
Coach's son.
Oh, there you go.
Yes, and
I
he
wonder
died in
if that's
right. He
'cause
died.
They were very close.
Right, he
Yeah.
died in 2019, and they were very close.
Yeah.
And sometimes he drives with JD on this car.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
I did not put that together.
It just hit me when I was looking at it.
That's
and
why you get
I'm
paid
like,
the big bucks.
yeah.
Make it rain.
Make it rain.
Make it rain.
I don't
Come
get paid the big bucks here, but
No.
I get decent elsewhere. But yeah,
That's for sure.
I bet they'll call him JD in
Yeah.
honor of his that was Jason Dean Gibbs.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
now it's Jamison Drew.
Awesome.
I wonder how many other people on the planet put that together. I'd love to know.
Hmm.
If you did, put it in the comments on this YouTube channel
Yeah.
or put it in the podcast.
Yeah. Let us know.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
And don't lie. Don't be like, oh yeah, I thought of that too. Oopie. Oh, I didn't think we were doing that.
Yeah.
You should have seen. Did you see my face just now?
Yeah. I'm gonna pause it.
That was pretty creepy.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was a little weird.
Okay, so Joe Gibbs Racing has a new sponsor,
Mm-hmm.
and that is Bob's Furniture.
Bob's Furniture Mart.
Bob's Furniture, Outlet Furniture, or something like that.
Yeah. Bob's Outlet Furniture Mart.
Yeah. Which, okay, here's the funny thing. So, and Denny Hamlin's gonna have the first. I don't know if it's solely for him, but don't they
Okay.
usually like interchange?
They kind of mix them up a little bit here
Yeah,
and
I'm
there.
sure
Depends.
Belle will be wearing the Bob's tracksuit at some point. So either way, Bob's is opening like 5 locations in North Carolina, and we're getting one in Wilmington.
Yes,
it's
we are.
opening on July 7th.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited because I need a couch.
Yeah.
So they put up this little thing. Join Denny Hamlin. Well, I don't know if it's actually Denny Hamlin or his car. I didn't look at it, but we're going to unveil Denny Hamlin's new paint scheme at the grand opening of the newest Bob's location.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh my God, he's going to be. And then I click down and it's like, in Winston-Salem
In Winston-Salem.
on July 17th.
Yeah.
Son of a gun.
Man.
So my
That's almost
sister-in-law should
tempting.
go up there and see. It is almost tempting.
That's almost tempting to make the drive.
I know, right?
Then you drive, there'd be 8,000 people
There
there.
would be 8 billion people there and you wouldn't see, and it'd be just the car.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
But so that'll be fun. Us new sponsor. It's always
Yeah,
fun.
it's always fun.
Gotta have someone.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what do you think, John? You want to talk about the weather? Oh, do you have anything else? Do you have anything else?
Last week we talked about, because we're
the
in Pocono.
Yes.
And we talked about the champagne room.
We did. We talked
the-
about the
Those rooms that
Those
they used to have. Which we have a
rooms.
little quick information here. But
We do.
I promised I'd bring up an image
You did.
of the champagne hot tub.
Yes.
And that's from like the 70s.
Yes.
And we were joking last week that, we tried to get in there and fall
Yeah.
out and
Yeah.
split you down the middle and fall over and
Right.
have the ER there, have the ambulance. And
Right.
You'd be in the Pennsylvania ER. I mean, I would, not you. I
Right.
meant
You
me.
would.
Yeah.
Yes, you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I did a little bit of research.
Yeah.
And there was one Pocono, because there was a bunch of them. in the Poconos. It wasn't just one. There was several resorts that were all adults, and they'd have the romantic commercials.
Yeah,
and all
I found another picture from the 70s. I can't even put it on here.
That's right.
It's got a couple in there. And it's like you could see her.
You could see stuff.
You could see her.
Right. So
I'm like, that's in your ad?
There's one that's called like it was the Penn Hills, and they were abandoned.
Yeah.
You found abandoned pictures of them.
Yeah. They got torn, and they've been torn down.
And then they've been
since.
torn down.
Yeah.
So that one's gone.
Yeah.
And then there was the traditional beautiful Mount Airy Lodge.
Right.
Now that has since turned into a casino hotel.
Of course.
And they aren't really like showing pictures of like heart-shaped bathtubs or anything.
Right.
It's not as like,
it's not as 70s.
Right. It used to be geared toward, sexy 70s. But now it's like, it's still adult-y kind of. And there's a golf course and all that. Remember they used to ride the horses?
Yeah. They'd be playing tennis.
Yes.
Then they show the champagne.
Yes.
And then it'd be all, oh, you want to get away?
Oh, yes. So that one's still there. Then there was the Cove Pocono Resorts.
Yeah.
And those were the ones with the champagne tub and the heart-shaped thing.
Yeah.
And apparently they're still going. But last I read, someone else bought them on May 1st.
Oh.
And I think part of them are closed down and part of them are still open.
Okay.
But that one is a couples only. You have to be 21 or over.
To even get in.
Yes.
All right.
So I don't know. I'm curious. Yeah. And they supposedly still have the champagne tower.
Oh, there you go.
We'll see.
Looks kind of dangerous, but.
I know.
That had to have been a health hazard, though.
I'm wondering.
How many drunk people probably fell out of that thing?
But I'm telling you, that's like a great price.
Yeah.
Oh, it won't let me look.
All right. Well, we don't need that money.
It's like $400, $300 a night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
But anyway, you get a lot of nice stuff. So,
yeah.
Okay, so that's all we wanted to say. The
That's
Pocono
it.
Mountains.
I
Resort.
promised a picture. We got it.
You did.
And next week, I promise we're going to have a beat your ass drop by Ricky.
Good. We're from now on.
Yep, I'll have it from now on the show.
All right. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the track?
Let's talk about Pocono Raceway this weekend.
Sounds
Looking
good.
to be 83 degrees as of now with a humidity of 66%. 13-mile-per-hour winds. It's going to be mostly cloudy as of now. And we are going to welcome you to the Tricky Triangle. Pocono Raceway, a 2.5-mile tri-oval carved into Blakesley, Pennsylvania. Isn't just a track, it's a legend. Why tricky? Because unlike any other NASCAR oval, its 3 turns are a masterclass in varied banking and stomach dropping. 14 degrees in turn 1.
Yep.
A quick thinking 8 degrees in turn 2 and a tight 6 degrees in turn 3. This unique design forces drivers to be on their absolute A game.
True.
Making for some of the most unpredictable racing on the schedule. Since 1969, Pocono has been a proving ground for racing legends, hosting everything from the thrilling NASCAR battles to high-speed IndyCar races and IMSA GT Championship showdowns.
Woo-wee.
And that's your track information for this weekend.
A stomach dropping 14 degrees in turn 1. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
When I looked at it, I'm like, oofy. That's a corner right there.
Oof.
And that's what happens.
Yep.
Usually there's not too much that goes on technically in Pocono. It's kind of.
Because the turns are there, but it's like a long distance in between each turn.
Right.
So they do have time to, but if you're,
it's
an exciting race though.
Denny wrecked out when I was there.
Yeah, you were at a race
so
there.
mad.
Yeah, you were there.
I was.
And Martin Truex won, right?
And Martin Truex Jr. won, and Denny Hamlin went behind I was so mad. I was sad to see him drive behind the.
Yeah, you threw your bottle of soda at him, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
You hit him in the head or something?
With a Mountain Dew.
Yeah, Mountain Dew.
No, I'm just kidding. I will never do that.
No, not you.
Never. Well.
No, never.
Depends on who it is.
Yeah, that's true.
But not in a NASCAR driver.
No.
So I guess we have a few picks for the who you like and
Who
why.
do you like?
So I want to say to our podcast listener, Lori.
Yeah, Lori.
Mention who you like and why. If you next
Even
time
if you post it wherever you're streaming.
Post it wherever you're streaming. As long as we get it before we, we usually go live on Thursdays. So as long as we get it before, Thursday night.
Yeah, you could join our little gang here who makes their picks. Oh, can I say gang? Is that all right?
That is all right.
Yeah.
It is all right.
Remember there was a show, Our Little Gang, right?
Our gang.
Our gang.
Our gang.
Our little gang. Our little rascals tonight.
That was a mix. That was Little Rascals, Our Gang.
That was close.
It was close. I loved that when I was little. I loved that show.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Give me the.
So yes, Lori. So just put it in wherever you're listening to, and we'll add you to our picks.
We will.
All right. You ready for it?
I'm ready. Bring the music. Cue up the theme song.
Let's cue it.
Who do you like and why? Who do you like and why? We want to know who you're picking, so you better get to thinking. Who do you like and why? Who do you like and like and who do you like and like and who do you like and like and like and like and like?
Do you know what's funny?
What's funny?
I'm really good with lyrics, and I screw these up every time.
Say that.
I always think they're going to say, we want to know who you're thinking.
No.
But it's we want to know who you're picking, so you better get to thinking. I screw it up every time.
You know what I like to hear?
What?
I might have to do it like in some downtime. Let's get a version of that with Elvis singing it.
Who you like?
Why?
Oh, that'd be great.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
Like a fast,
That's technology for you.
Yeah, we could do it.
Okay, so explain.
All right.
Okay, first we're going to tell you who Tara picked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's bring it up. Why don't you tell it?
All right. Tara picked. Then she said, I got to go with Hamlin.
Hamlin.
She said, momentum from Michigan, new baby, winningest active driver for Pocono, and reliability at the track points to Denny. And before Tara picked, like on Tuesday.
Sometimes I do some of the graphics on Tuesday.
Right. And he said, I'm doing this graphic because I think Tara is going to pick Denny.
And I did it.
And he did it.
I picked it for you, Tara.
And when I saw it today, I said, oh my, John.
Mm-hmm.
And then
great minds think alike, Tara.
I told Tara that you knew it, and she's like, "Oh my God, am I that predictable?"
No, and it wasn't about being predictable.
Right.
It's the flow.
Yes.
And you're in the flow because you picked very well.
Yes.
And when you're picking Larson and you're picking this, I'm like, I think she's gonna shift with Hamlin this week because you're following the hot streak. You're following all.
Because she went to Michigan.
And you went to Michigan. That's what I was trying to say.
Yes.
Hey.
I forgot.
There's not blackberry ginger ale. There's blackberry brandy.
No, you said because she went to Michigan and she watched him win.
Yeah.
So that kind of, she thought that he thought that might
be exciting.
Yes.
Might be exciting, and I just felt like she might pick him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I was getting there.
All right.
Come on, you don't always get there that fast.
Oh, I know, but I wasn't sure if you were going to get there.
I was getting there. But that was my main point because I thought the momentum from Michigan.
Okay, yes.
Like she said.
Yes.
And because she was physically there.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
That made perfect sense.
It does. Now, ironically, Rose is also picking Denny.
Yep.
Rose picked Denny. She was the first pick this week. And basically she said because of his past, wins here, that she's, that's going to probably cause another, lead to another win.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Jeff said, I hate to say Hamlin, so I'm going with Christopher Bell.
Oh, Jeff picked Christopher Bell?
He did.
I don't have a graphic for Jeff.
You're joking.
You didn't tell me.
I did.
You didn't.
I did, because remember I said he hates to pick Hamlin, and I put it in there in the show notes.
Jeff.
Sorry, Jeff.
Jeff, it's her fault. Jeff, totally her fault.
I assume you're going to look at the show notes, so that's okay. Sorry, Jeff.
No, I do read the show notes.
Yeah, but it's been there since he posted.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that's I can't see.
Maybe you thought you did.
Maybe I thought I did.
Because all the Hamlins going around. Maybe
Yeah.
you thought, but yeah. So Jeff is going with Christopher Bell this week.
Good. Okay, Christopher Bell.
Now Scott had said Ty Gibbs.
Okay.
But since he said it, he also found out that they're bringing in. There's a new tire package. Going to Pocono.
Right.
So now he's not sure if that's going to throw a monkey wrench into it.
Okay.
But I did ask him if he wanted to pick somebody else, but at the time I didn't see anything. But by the time I started to go live,
but you never know. Gibbs
but
is,
I know I feel like he's due.
Yeah, he's
right?
due.
Oh my
he's
gosh.
heating up, but then something. Heating up, then something.
I know.
I thought he was going to maybe win Mexico.
Right? He looked good.
Seriously.
I know.
Yeah.
But you know what we got to do?
What's
we got to
that?
go to my picks.
Yeah.
How did this show get away from us so fast?
The Mount Terry Lodge and all this.
Yeah, that Mount
geez.
Terry Lodge.
We better
I'll
get
run
to
them.
your picks.
I'll run them down.
Yeah, let's get to them,
All right.
right? All
Yep.
right, let's do it.
Okay. Okie dokie. These are my NASCAR fantasy picks for the Cup Series race, and that is the Great American Getaway 400 at Pocono Raceway. First up is my brilliant picks, starting with Christopher Bell.
Christopher Bell.
On a roll, and he was beating himself up over that second place finish in Mexico.
Yeah.
You know, so I think he pulls a rabbit out of the hat in Pocono this Sunday.
I like it.
He's got to have a good car on the long runs, but his tenacity will get him far at the tricky triangle.
I like it.
Next up is Chase Elliott. I like how Chase Elliott came out of the gate running and never stopped in Mexico.
Yeah.
And I think that he's ready to get back up there with the big boys and outrun his comrades at Hendrick.
Wow.
The number 9 has 1 win and 4 top 5s and 10 top 10s in Pocono. And I think he'll have another good run on Sunday.
Good numbers.
I know. And last but not least is Denny Hamlin.
Wow.
This new dad is going to kick butt and take names.
Yep.
Much like he always does at Pocono. 7 wins.
Yeah.
7 wins, 16 top 5s, and 23 top 10s. How can you argue with that? You're lucky he's on your fantasy this
He
this
just
week.
might beat your favorite driver.
He won here 2 years ago. Very funny.
Yeah.
He won here 2 years ago, and last year he came in second.
Right.
So as long as he qualifies well and they get enough gas in the car, and he doesn't have any, hit road penalties,
Yeah.
I think he'll be all right.
Okay.
Okay, my bold picks. First up is Bubba Wallace.
Nice.
Not too shabby in Mexico.
Yeah.
He might have a sweet day in Pocono. He's been decent here since he got to 2311.
Okay.
He usually finishes between 5th and 14th
Okay.
with really consistent runs.
Okay.
And I really think it's time for the 23 to break out and take the next step to victory.
Okay.
Another bold pick, which again, not brilliant, Tyler Reddick.
Mm-hmm.
He needs a kick in the ASS, right?
He needs something.
Put that on repeat and keep saying it.
Yeah.
But honestly, he's actually really good here.
Yeah.
I mean, since 2021.
Yeah.
And he's finished runner-up twice.
Wow.
And I can't give him brilliant, but I don't want to not mention him because it's coming.
If things line up.
If things line up,
Yeah.
he's got the ability.
Yeah.
Agree.
Agree.
So I wanted to go out on a limb with somebody weird and quirky and different. Maybe this isn't weird and quirky enough, but for my last pick, I picked Eric Jones.
Yeah.
You know what? When I look at his numbers since North Wilkesboro, he's been running pretty good. I think he could have a top 5 this week. The last 2 years, he's been, back up near the top, and I'm curious to see if he can do better on Sunday.
Yeah.
And last but not least, my honorable mention. Honest to God, I would be remiss if I didn't say William Byron. So good in Pocono.
Yeah.
So good in Pocono, but I know this is the time of year when he gets a little wonky.
Yeah.
So I would not be surprised if he runs down the field and just leads the whole race.
Yeah. It could happen.
It could happen.
Yeah.
But the other guys I've mentioned, they also, some of them really want it. Some of them need a win.
Yeah.
Because we're getting close to the playoffs.
Yeah. We're getting there.
So either way, I think he's still a good honorable mention.
Agreed.
So let me run that down for you one more time. My brilliant picks are Christopher Bell, Chase Elliott, and Denny Hamlin. Bold picks are Bubba Wallace, Tyler Reddick, and Eric Jones, with an honorable mention to William Byron. Those are my NASCAR fantasy picks for the Great American Getaway 400 at Pocono Raceway, and I'm sticking to them. Is that funny?
Yeah, it's funny.
Okay, so I'm not going to go through everything. The Craftsman Truck Series race is Friday night at 5 p.m. on FS1. That's the Miller Tech Battery 200. The qualifying for the Xfinity is at 11:05 a.m. Now you can watch practice for the Cup Series on Prime.
Yep.
At 12:35 p.m. And then qualifying will be right after at 1:45 p.m.
Okay.
And those are both on Prime.
Okay.
So that might be something fun to watch. And then the Xfinity race is 3:30 p.m. on the CW. That's the Explore the Pocono Mountains 250.
Okay.
And then, of course, on Sunday on Prime, the Great American Getaway 400 at 2 p.m. on Prime.
Okay.
2 p.m.
Nice.
Okay.
I
I
like
think, and then after that, we go to Atlanta. And actually, this is the last Prime race.
Ugh.
I know.
Yikes.
I know.
I mean,
Yeah. I know.
I'm going to miss Prime,
I am too.
just to say it.
I know.
Sorry, Fox. There's
I
a
know.
new sheriff. There's a new sheriff in town.
There's a snake in my boot.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
All the hype
I'm
of NASCAR
interested.
coming to Prime was
It was worth it.
Was worth it.
It was worth it. It's been fun.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
Yeah.
But so after that we go to TNT and it's a night race the week after.
Okay, so we're in Atlanta next week.
We're in Atlanta
Is that
on
the
the
last
28th.
Prime? Is that the last Prime? Or is this the Prime?
This is it. Pocono is the last prime race.
Oh, I thought they still had Atlanta.
No,
Oh,
Atlanta goes to TNT.
No.
Yeah, that's what I know. Yes, there were 5 races at TNT.
Oh.
I know.
Is that still Dale, though?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Dale and the boys, the group in the booth are staying.
Okay.
They're going to have different, Carl's not going to be there, Daniel Trotta. They're
Okay.
going to have different people, though.
Okay, but still. Okay,
in
I
the
like
pits
it.
and at
All
the
right.
table.
All right, I'll survive.
You'll survive. You'll
I'll
survive. As long
survive,
as
yeah.
we got Dale for another 5
Yeah,
races,
I
we'll be
like that.
okay.
We'll be
Yes.
okay.
So, and then. So, anyway,
Yeah.
this week, I don't know if we'll actually be live on Thursday night.
Yes.
That remains to be seen.
Yes.
I might have something going on late Thursday, so we might record early, but we'll still drop it.
The show will drop
The
Thursday.
show will
at
drop
7,
Thursday night
as
at
always.
7 o'clock, whether
Yep.
we're pre-recorded or whether we're live.
Yep.
So you keep looking for us.
Yep.
I think that's all really. I guess we got to get going here because
Yeah.
we've worn out our welcome. We've taken
That
up our time.
Pocono discussion.
That Pocono discussion. But hey, it was fun.
Well, let's hope the weather really does hold off because I hear nothing. The North has been getting nothing but rain.
I hear that too. Yeah,
So-
the Yankees got like 10 rain delays today, or a couple rain delays.
Yeah, but our friends are from Pennsylvania
Yes.
who were visiting with us last night.
Yes.
And they said it's just their pool looks terrible.
Yes.
The rain, they just
It's been cold and rainy.
every day since like what, May 26th, he said?
Yes, he said it was a high of 50 degrees. They got here yesterday. Tuesday was a high of 50 degrees there.
Yeah.
I can't even get a low of 50 degrees
Yeah.
here.
And as a joke, when they got off the plane, it started raining here.
It did.
And they're like, oh no, but it was just a cloud burst.
Cloudburst.
Just-
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we are hot and humid here in Wilmington.
Yes.
That is for sure.
Hot and humid.
Hot and humid.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, I want you to stay
Yeah.
safe this week. We're coming up on the last full week of June.
Yes,
And
we
then
are.
pretty soon it'll be July 4th and it'll be Christmas. Yeah.
And, yep.
That's how it goes.
And we'll be back in Daytona.
We'll be back at Daytona.
That's how it goes.
Unbelievable. That's how it goes.
Yep. Your kid will be 50 and
Your kid will be 50 and you'll be in a nursing
you'll be
home.
picking out a casket.
I'll take an
Or
urn.
urn.
I'll take an urn. Thanks. Absolutely.
Please
I
don't
earned it.
bury me in that cold, cold ground.
Oh, that's right. Or I don't want to be buried in a pet cemetery.
Yeah. All right.
Either way.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody
All right.
enjoy your week.
Enjoy.
Okay, wash your hands, get out there, be careful, don't drink and drive. If you know somebody who has a gambling addiction, wants help, dial 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-GAMBLER.
Do all those nice things.
Do all those nice things.
Yeah,
Help
just
a
do it.
neighbor. Help a neighbor out. Smile at somebody, it'll make their day.
Yeah. It
Okay.
will. It absolutely will.
And so I'm going to say for one last time,
All right.
stay healthy,
Stay healthy.
stay safe,
Stay safe.
and race on.
And race on.